Hi everyone, I'm just waiting for Keiko from Brooklyn Shoe Space to join and then we'll start talking bags. Okay, here we go. Let's hope the connection's okay. Hi!
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
I just wanted to say, oh my goodness, thank you so much for like.
Oh wait, it's 7.
Oh yeah, the ding-a-ling-a-ling.
Yeah, we should. I don't think to hit. We're just celebrating the frontline workers for the next minute.
Thank you for all that you do, everybody.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, our neighborhood gets really loud. It's good.
Yes, it is really good.
Consistently every night.
Yes.
Hi, Renee.
How's everything going?
It's good.
Are you still making some masks and helping out with the PPE?
Masks, last night I cut maybe about a few more thousand. I've just been working my way through. Hi from Hawaii.
Nice.
Yeah, so I don't really make the masks just because I am terrible with fabric sewing. So with my hydraulic press, I've been able to cut. I think they said at this point they're at about 15,000 sent out. So I'm not the sewer, so can't take the praise there, but I'm part of the effort. Yeah. So I've been cutting and prepping everything. Yeah.
How's what are you working on now? It's been like a month that we on live.
Yeah, it feels like a week ago, but it also feels like years ago, you know?
Yeah. Have you been working on some of your own things, or what have you been working on?
Mainly, the business has been so busy. I've just been working away on everything. So lots of new stuff because the brand is mainly about collaborating with other people. So it's been great every order is totally different from the last. Yeah. So yeah, I've been working on a lot of new stuff, mainly utilizing the styles that I have. So the envelopes, the passport cases, but I've started to do some more complex kits. So this one, the Linda.
Ooh, okay.
So yeah, this is one of our newest kits. So this is the most complex kit I've done to date. And you can modify it and whatnot. But it was actually a bag I did for my mom 2 years ago, maybe.
Like a bucket bag?
Yeah, it's a bucket and it comes with a crossbody strap. I got distracted and didn't finish the strap for myself. But yeah.
Nice. The side has a D-ring.
Yeah, and it has like the crisscross stitch. So this is more, I was getting a lot of requests for more complicated kits and at-home activities, so that was why I chose to do like the bucket bag. I do want to work on some like totes and crossbodies, something that's a little bit more complex, but it just takes time.
Yes, of course. And then you're making the masks and you're also making your little ones.
Yeah, all the kits. And then all fanny packs are always going out the door.
During this time, are you getting any custom orders as well, like for custom?
I've been doing a little bit of custom here and there. So I just did something, the catch-all, which was like a leather like little shelf kind of, I don't know what you call it. I guess it's a catch-all. So I've done that for a friend, and then it's been quite popular with some other people. So I'm going to try and do different sizes.
Nice.
I'm trying to think of other things than bags because the bags are quite easy to do. So some people want a challenge. For some, the bags are enough of a challenge. So
right. I see a little bit of more complicated bags in the background. Let's go talk about that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Let's go back in time and talk about your background. And how you became.
Yeah, definitely. So like many that went to Brooklyn Shoe Space, I went to London College of Fashion. So back in 2008 to 2010, I did FDA, which was a 2-year intensive fashion accessories course. And it's so funny because after joining the shoe space, so many of us went there but didn't really know it because for some reason they kept the floors very separate. So it was only when we meet in Brooklyn, like a decade later, we realized we were in the same school at the same time, same teachers. We just, the school wasn't so good with like integrating shoes and bags. They kept us very, very separate.
Okay.
But yeah, so, oops, what am I doing? I pressed something, cancel. Oh, hi, Yuji.
Hey.
Okay. I don't know what I did.
Oh, you want to flip?
I don't know. I pressed the button.
Oh.
No. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. All right. So yeah, let me take you back. So bags that I did back when I was at school, this was the first bag I did that kind of got me any attention. So yeah, I started school in 2008, and then the second term came around and I entered a competition because going to London College of Fashion, I really saw it as an opportunity to, like, it was a platform. So I could enter every competition. It was a really good school for the name, I guess, more than anything.
Yeah.
So I entered this Swarovski sponsored competition. I sent a sketch in. I'd made one bag prior to this, and I felt very sorry for the poor soul that would have to make it, not knowing that would be me. So I made this bag. This is a modified version. So it won a Swarovski sponsored category in 2009. And something that's really cool about this, when I went to school, I was a Christmas temp at the Swarovski store. And then fast forward 6 months later, my name was in the window of the store, and then this bag was on sale. So it was kind of cool to be at school and have this. And another funny story, last year, a fellow student from LCF, she was in Germany, and she saw the bag on a German TV show. And apparently an Austrian aristocrat bought it. I don't know who it was, but she had it on her TV show. So 10 years later, I saw the bag, and it looked really good. So
that's so great.
Yeah, it was like, well done, 19-year-old Lorna.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah, I was surprised it was still standing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's over 1,600 Swarovski crystals in there. So it's double-sided.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah. So that was one of my first designs.
Where's the bag part?
The bag, I know.
Because it looks so beautiful.
Where do you... Yeah, so can you see inside? Oh, is there stuff in there? Oops. There's jewelry and a ton of stuff.
Each of those kind of like...
So the bag, if you can see, the bag is kind of encased between the funnels. So the funnels are decorative, and then it's kind of pleated, and then the bag opens up and it closes with a magnet. So I've done a modified version since. Where is that? So this is this one. So this is a one I did recently, and I hand stitched it. Still has the magnet closure. So yeah, this is one of my first ever designs. Oh, we lost Keiko. You're back. No, you're good. So yeah, I was just saying this is a modified version that I did recently. And I kind of like, as an homage to the Swarovski, I did like a metallic foil print on the underside of the leather. But yeah, so those are two of my first designs in school. And then the following year, I did this bag, which was definitely not a minimalist phase. I think it has over like 60 pattern pieces. And this bag actually was the reason that I'm in New York. So I entered into a competition, and oh, Keiko's gone. I think the internet at the shoe space is really bad. Here we go. Let's rejoin. Yeah, so I'll show you guys the bag. It's kind of like a backpack. Hi.
Hi, sorry.
No, you're good. So yeah, really this cool. is, yeah, so it's kind of the reason I'm in New York. It got me my start in the industry. I entered a competition. I didn't win, but someone spotted it and asked if I would come for an interview for an internship in New York. And as someone straight out of college, I was like, absolutely yes. So I did a 3-month internship, which turned into a year, which turned into 7 years in the industry, and 10 years later, I'm still in New York. So,
yeah. That's so great. Did you already show the Nixon bag?
No, so that one, yeah, this is the first bag. Yeah, so in between school and the shoe space, I spent about 7 or 8 years in the industry, so didn't have any access to machines or couldn't make anything. And when I rejoined the shoe space, I think it took me maybe 2-3 weeks to even touch a machine. I was absolutely terrified. And once I did, I brought this bag to life. So this is the first bag I made in the shoe space. So it spells out my surname. If any of you don't know, it's Lorna Nixon. Do you see that? Oh, she's gone again. So yeah, this, if for anyone who missed that, this is the first bag I made at the shoe space. So it was a sketch I'd done a while ago, and it is my surname. P.S. I'm next door to the shoe space. Maybe I'm taking up all the internet. Let's see if she comes back. Oh, here she is. Okay, go. Here we are. Hi!
Hi again, sorry. I actually just did no Wi-Fi. Now it's like cell phone service.
Yeah, I think that's what I might be on. I was scared I was using it for the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, the Larry, bad.
Larry Shoes or Jess just asked what machines I use. So should I do a little tour of the studio?
Sure, yes, please.
It's a little messy, but it'll do. So the number one machine, what's that?
For people who don't know, we're actually next door.
I know, Keiko's just on the other side of that wall.
Yeah.
For now. So yeah, this is my number one used machine. So this is my clicker press. It's a really... What's that?
Do you have a name for it?
I don't. I should. She or he is very, like, it's lasted a lifetime. It's cut thousands upon thousands of pieces for me. And I've only had it set up since, what, September maybe?
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is my machine. It's a great little one. So this is where I put all the masks on. This is the last bag of masks. I don't know, the space is kind of messy, but so this is another few thousand masks hidden in there.
Nice.
Actually the dye for the masks. So yeah, we get all from Continental Dye in Midtown, and cut everything out here. So this is amazing. Yeah, Danny is great. I just yesterday got a skiving machine, and I spent it. That was a popular poll yesterday, was do I paint it or not? So this is the skiving machine. It's a Plymouth. What does that mean? But it's really good quality, and I'm going to be stealing your faff from next door. So that's on my list to add to the space. Are you there, Keiko? It froze. It kind of froze on a good face, at least. Okay, I think Keiko's having some difficulties. Let me know if anyone else has any questions in the meantime. This is the studio space I'm in now. This is my little wall of leather. Whenever people order bag making kits, they normally come from here. Hi, Brooklyn Shoe Space. How's it going? How do I add you back? Keiko. Does anyone else have any questions? This is also my studio mate, Lauren. Ooh, Brinkers. Oh, hi, Volva Workshop. A particular leather quality that I like to use. Most of the leather I use is a smooth leather. It's a Napa quality from Italy. It's about a 1.2 millimeter weight. I don't back my leather. Hi, you're back.
I'm so sorry. I'm
No,
gonna
you're
use a face
fine.
filter because I look so tired. But okay, let's go straight into questions. Did you already answer
Yes.
Volver Workshop's question? Okay.
I was starting to talk about that. So I was saying I typically use, for my smooth leather at least, it's a 1.2 millimeter Napa leather. So a really nice smooth quality. It takes the embossing really well. And I don't back my leather. So I try and find a good quality enough that like the underside looks really good too.
Nice, nice. Silent scenes. Do you have recommendations for where to purchase hardware? That's a hard one.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Yeah, especially a lot of my bags are quite minimal for that reason, mainly because it's really, really hard to track down good quality. I found it a lot easier when I lived in the UK. There was a lot more brass-based hardware. Typically, I scour Etsy. I'll scour different websites to try and find consistent quality. And I buy wholesale, so I'm able to kind of negotiate pricing because if you're in New York, I mean, who knows what will happen after everything happens and dies down. But
yeah,
there are a few decent places in New York. It's just super, super expensive. So it depends on what scale you're looking to do. But the best is, yeah, eBay, Etsy. There are some places like Ohio Travel, is it? And then Buckle Guy.
yeah.
So they're pretty decent. But it's really, really hard to find like consistent shades of something. So trying to find consistent shades of gold is really tricky. So maybe keep that in mind. Like,
and when you find
gold. Oh, it's cutting up again. But yeah, I would say maybe like silver's good. And I definitely think that would be something I would love to do if I could spend time learning, is to do hardware.
When you find something really
You're cutting out, Keiko. Does anyone else have any bag related questions? If anyone's curious, behind me I have some painted stuff. So when I paint leather, I typically use Angelus paint is the best one. I know a few of you have asked me that in the past. So if you look them up. Okay, goes back.
Okay, I switched phones. So crazy.
5th time's a charm.
Oh, 7th time. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I was just asking if you find like the right hardware, do you just buy in bulk so that you won't run out of it?
Typically, or I try and make a relationship with that vendor, because it's really hard to buy blindly. There's some like the fanny pack hardware, that kind of like angular ring, I try and buy in bulk, and the clips too. But yeah, as I say, if like a vendor closes down or shuts, it's really, really hard to find gold. Even when I worked in the industry, it was like, it was pulling teeth trying to find like different vendors to match the gold back. It was just a nightmare.
Right. Totally. Someone had asked, can you spell the paint name? It's Angelus.
Angelus. How is it, with a U at the end? It's kind of like Los Angeles, right?
L-U-S.
I think with a U.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah.
L-U-S at the end. Yeah.
And yeah, there's different finishings there. Like there's I like the flat color because I don't really like it too glossy. And then but you can get different finishing and matte top coats and stuff too.
Right. So can I ask like who would you consider your mentors?
So going back to school, I'd have to say there was one teacher called Dave Tracy who I think I wound him up as much as I impressed him, because I wouldn't be able to master simple stuff, but then I would do these crazy designs and he'd be like, how the heck can you do that and not do like a simple like tea-based bag? And so I think he would be my first mentor. And then even I just get so inspired by my peers too, and like everyone at the shoe space. Like I just have so much respect for makers, people that can just like have an idea in their head and then bring it to fruition. And I think for sure you are definitely a mentor too, in this way that you are so like uplifting of people and their talents, and then also how you share your skill set, you know.
Oh, thank you.
You're very, very encouraging of, it's for creatives, it's we kind of can be quite closed off because there's not much protection for us in terms of design.
Right.
But something that you're very, very good at is kind of sharing a skill set.
Right.
Because not many people, I guess, know what we do or know how to do it.
Right.
And I would say that your teaching methods have definitely inspired the brand, and I think it inspired in so many people at the shoe space too.
Oh, thanks. So you get inspiration. So when you work with clients, let's go back to like your custom work.
Yeah.
Do customers or clients come with like super ideas to make for you to make for them, or more like give you free reins?
And mainly people come with an idea, because typically if you're doing something, you're spending a chunk of change on it if it's going to be like super custom. So they want to have some form of control with it. I feel like there's a lot more free reign. So I do a lot of, if you follow my feed, I've been doing a lot of painting and designs on my existing styles and my kits, because they're kind of like blank canvases.
Right.
So for those, people are a little bit more comfortable in saying, you know what, like, I love butterflies, like paint me a butterfly motif. So I'm able to I have a little bit more freedom there. But then when it comes to like completely from scratch bespoke stuff, it's definitely, there's an idea going into it from the person that's ordering from me.
Right. But then I also feel like you make it, you post it, and then you sell it as well. So
yeah, for
like
sure.
Horse piece, I feel like you.
Wow, I don't have it with me today, but yeah.
And you're wearing a horse right now, no?
I know. I like horse racing. I think that's in my family.
Oh, really?
I used to go to the races a lot when I was back in the UK. So yeah.
Oh, did you always wear like a fascinator or like a hat?
I would definitely dress up a little bit, but I also, I just went mainly, I really love to gamble and like to analyze the horses. I was less the dolling up. I would still doll up and go, but I really like to go in and kind of figuring out who's going to, I would go and watch the horses in the pre-parade or pre-paddock, and then I would go and watch them like enter the course, and then I would go and place a bet. So
that's fun. Have you ever won?
Oh yeah, I think the problem was I won the first time I bet, like it was a 60-1. Yeah, and I put a $5 on it, and I got £300. So when you're young and you win £300, it's like game over, you know.
Yeah. So, you get hooked.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. And it's a fun day out, and yeah, I don't bet massive. Even if I put £2 on a horse, I'd be very, very happy if it won. It's just more the winning than the actual prize.
Do you still have that bag, or is it already to a customer?
That it might be in the UK, but that bag in particular that you're talking about, the horse that won that I drew, it actually went to the owner. So yeah, and it was based on a painting I did when I was 16. This horse out of nowhere won at Ascot, which is one of the biggest races in the UK, and it was a bit of an outsider, and yeah, it won 2 big back-to-back wins, and there was a really great shot of it, and I painted it for the owner when I was 16. And then roll forward when I came to the shoe space, I was like, this would be such a cool motif on a bag. So I did that, and then the owner saw it and wanted that too. So
nice. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. I feel like that's nice when you make something and they love it and they're like, just that, you know.
Sometimes that's the best designs I do is when I stopped kind of like, because I spent 7 years in the industry, so I was designing for briefs and for these trends and everything. And I think when you stop and you just go with instinct, that's often your best work. And even when people used to ask me, oh, who's your favorite designer? I would find it a struggle to say, because my favorite work that I see is often from like fresh minds out of college and people that haven't been like, I don't know, tainted or corrupted by the industry or like fulfilling a need. So often my favorite work is seeing peers that would come out of college and I would just have free reign to get creative. Not necessarily would be a commercial viable product, but just a more artistic approach to it.
Yeah, right. What's your favorite bag or shoe that you've made?
I have one, which I know, because I know another question you might follow up with is like, if I could do and work on any bag, I think I would love to finesse this one.
Ooh, yeah.
Do you remember this one? I feel like I stunk out the shoe space with like paint. This is like car enamel or something crazy.
Wow.
But this was a sketch that it was just this idea of if like I could, like the bag was melting kind of thing. So I had, back in the day, that I used Shapeways. It was like a 3D printer. So someone kind of, it's missing a back leg, it's really sad. But I had this base made up and then I attached it to the bag. And it just, I don't know, it just was, I really thought it was quite a fun art piece. Yeah. And I'd love to see that if I did it in like, if it was like dripping in gold or something, would be really cool.
Oh,
you know?
yeah, that would be cool.
I think that besides the bags that I've shown already, I would say that's my favorite. Yeah.
That's cool. So you're going to keep on working on it a little bit, maybe?
I think, yeah, I mean, if I had the budget or like an art grant or something to go crazy, and I mean, another thing I would love to learn is silversmithing and any metal work, because it's something, again, to the question earlier about hardware, it is such a struggle to find that. So I'd love to figure out how I could do like a casting or something of that.
Hardware.
Yeah. Hardware can be a nightmare. Oh, we had a good one. Oh, Phoebeson. Oh, what did you make? You said you were able to finish a bag because of what you learned in class. What did you make? I want to see. Keiko, are you back? No. Okay, Keiko left again. She'll be back. Any other questions? Anyone? This is also my wall of threads. If anyone's curious. Keiko. Here we go. She's coming back. Favorite leather. Oh, unable to join. Favorite leather is we have cow leather probably. Depends on the bag itself. If I'm doing a more structured one, the shoulder is normally a good leather. Oh, she's back! Yay! Yeah, I was just talking about favorite leathers. So. I don't know. I like seeing you. Otherwise, I'd just be staring at myself. Yeah, this is first time with you. This is my personal studio. Although to a vet at large. So our studio is myself and Lauren Brinkers, who is a footwear designer. And if you look over there, there's some of her shoes. So we share. It's like a garage unit. It's a little bit busy, but yeah, this is where the magic happens. Are you outside? Yeah, Keiko can probably show you the outside of my space. Are you knocking on the door?
Yeah, I'm knocking. Sorry.
Yeah.
Hi.
Oh yeah.
I think
you want in? Oh.
I think my connection is so bad that maybe I'll just ask you in
here. Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's good. Okay, so Keiko's here.
I think I locked the door. Yes,
This one. Okay. So yeah, any more questions? Yes, and that's my dad who's asking. Yeah, that is one. I showed that earlier. You missed that part. So this is the first bag that I won a competition with Swarovski. So it was really cool. I was working as a temp in the store. Are you taking a picture?
Yes.
I was working as a temp in the store, and then I won a competition, and it was on sale in the store and sold out in the 3 locations. It was Shanghai, London, and New York.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Any other questions?
I was gonna ask. So, I know you're super quick with working.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have what's your inspiration? How do you make it so quick? Is it like once you have a design in mind, you're like, oh my god, I have to make it?
Yeah, I'm definitely like a fan of the rapid prototyping. So you've seen me before with a stapler even and just some fabric. So I just like to see the 3D model. I'm not so fussed about the perfections in the very beginning. It's more like the journey to get to like a 3D form. So it's more just probably impatience than anything. I just don't want to spend too much time on a first proto when I know there's probably going to be a ton of flaws. So it's more about like, let's just get to a place where I can then make the patterns, edit, and so forth.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a good, I think that's actually a good like method, because even for shoemakers, some people like want to perfect it the first time.
Yeah, I try so hard to tell some of your students when they come in, I'm like, no, just like bust it out, and then from there, like, I mean, even in the industry, you send a tech pack overseas and it's like they can normally go through 3 or 4 prototypes before they get to what you had initially intended. Yeah, totally. And then what are the questions?
Oh, I should look at the questions. I have a lag when I listen to it.
Oh, no, you're good.
You can... What shoes are you wearing today?
So I have the CC shoes on. I also have them on a chair, but so this is oh, I can flip it. Can you see? Never mind. So yeah, this is CC Vision Quest, who you did a talk with too the other day. They're super comfy for studio wear. So I'm always on my feet, whether it's like the clicker or what have you. So yeah, really comfy shoes. I recommend.
Awesome. And I do want to see one of those shoes that you made with a bag.
Oh yeah, it's under the sofa. This is the world's smallest fanny pack that you're about to see too.
And I think you showed us like a little bit before too.
Yeah. So it's like a sneaker. This is Cake. for distancing. So yeah, this is a fanny pack on like a sneaker kind of style. And it has, the whole point of my brand is removability. And I should go back to like my very first bag I did in school.
Yeah, I want to hear.
It was a removable bag. So granted, that teacher told me it looked like it had been run over by a steamroller. Oh, no. But it was so the very first first design I ever did was a bag in a bag. Can you see? Okay, goes here. How do I flip it?
No, don't flip me.
So it looks like I'm looking at you. Yeah, so the very first bag I ever did was bag in a bag. Very into like convertibility. And I'm not a fan of seasons. And again, I think it's because I spent like 7-8 years in the industry where I didn't necessarily think seasons were necessary. So the whole point in my collection is like you buy one bag and then you come back at your own leisure. Like you don't have to keep on. Yeah, I'm not going to like throw new styles at you. It's like you're welcome to come back and buy when you wish. Like I don't want to force a style upon you. And yeah, like.
And in your case, your little bag.
Yeah, the inserts. So
make the bag look so different.
Yeah, so just by changing out, so a little pouch fits in here, and then you can kind of change it out and then create a new look, and then customizability too. So I wanted, like, for so long, like, I don't know, I just want you to be able to design and make your own bag yourself. So yeah, you can customize with any of these little emojis, and just, it's all, I think I've never seen 2 of the same bag go out. Like, even if they're similar, the way you make it and compose it is going to be different. And then how you style it too. So there's layers to the brand, I would say. Yeah.
And then even in class, I think you've taught some people, they make the same bags, but they all come out with, it just totally looks different.
Yeah, we use the same pattern pieces, but you'll use different leathers. Some people insist on having like different leather strap or like adding a pocket to it or whatnot. So yeah.
Do you enjoy teaching?
I do. I definitely, like, you still get a little anxiety no matter how like skilled you are. But yeah, I do enjoy teaching.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. And I guess the brand itself is like a teaching. It's a whole teaching brand. Yeah. Oh yeah. From anyone can do it. Like 6-year-olds to drunk brunches can do it. So yeah.
And that's the beauty of it.
Yeah, and I think it's been addictive too. Like a lot of people. So during this whole time, I've been doing a lot of name your price, and because obviously it's a climate that people can't necessarily afford full price, and then people keep coming back and new ideas every time, and saying how easy it is to make. So it's quite reassuring that.
That is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're also being generous, as well. And you just want to share and you want to keep people busy with their.
Yeah, and you know, like when we source leather, we get different prices on stuff. So some is like super expensive, and then some is like we've been able to like get for like a fraction. Yeah. So it's still whatever leaves my door is quality. It just doesn't necessarily have to be like the really fancy Italian stuff too, but you get the experience. Yeah, Renee said how one bag can have so many looks. It's true. And you did a really good collage of that. I need to get on TikTok. I don't have that yet, but
Where do you see yourself in like 3 or even 5 years?
I know, it's so hard, especially being an alien too, because my time in America is always kind of on like a ticking time. I obviously want to grow the brand. I think the next thing I want to do is go to the UK with it, because obviously it's a home base. I do have a factory already kind of waiting to get going. Obviously the pandemic has put things back a little bit, but that would be great. And then just keep on growing the brand, because I feel like this would be great all over. Like it doesn't just have to be like the UK. Like making is kind of like, it doesn't have language to it, you know, like anyone can make. So yeah.
And would you tie in like traveling with it?
Yeah, absolutely. As long as traveling's fine again. Yeah, I would love to travel a bit more.
Yeah, totally.
Actually, Stephen just joined, and Stephen Baves is my London connect. So hopefully once I get my act together and send some samples over, he will be potentially working on the brand in the UK, because I would love to get it going in the UK. That's the...
And then aside from making I Made That Bag, like fabulous enterprise, do you think you'll still keep on doing your custom bags like on the side?
I think too. I mean, as the company grows, like I would love, right now it's just me doing everything. I would love to grow a team, and then that allow me to do more bespoke stuff too. But I Made That Bag, I think it's so successful because of the variety and my ability to like respond and like make things right away, you know, like I could like
really direct to customer.
Exactly, and I really enjoy that. It makes every day different. So I definitely want to keep that up. And my own stuff I enjoy, but because it's more art pieces, I don't know how functional they are. So it's more of a like, that's like a personal.
Yeah. And it's okay that you do it sporadically when you really feel like you need it.
Definitely. And you know, like I think when I quit corporate in 2016, I spent the first year at the Shoe Space just constantly making stuff. Like I had notebooks of sketches, and I was just like, I went crazy. Every week I was making a new bag. I was just...
Wow. What happened to all those? Did you just all...
Oh no, I have them. Yeah, my closet is full of bags. So I think that was a really great release at the time, to be able to go out, like to just like this sketchbook that for years I haven't been able to like bring to life. I just went crazy. And then now it's kind of the brand is giving me a bit more structure too. And it's a hybrid of the 7-8 years I had in the industry, but paired with the creativity that I like to apply when I do my own stuff too. So yeah, I think the main focus is going to be I Made That Bag, unless someone wants to commission like a really fancy piece, and then I will definitely do that.
Yeah, of course, you do it. Yeah. Oh, cool. Would you take apprentices in this space and like get some help? Is that something you might want to?
Yeah, I think absolutely. Just because it is like I do everything. Like I run to the post office. As I tried today, I tried to organize today. So I think it's good because I started in New York with an internship. So again, like I wouldn't be here without having the opportunity to do that. So I definitely think that I would do. I would definitely accept internships. I'm just going to read more questions. Yeah, Renee, please. Do you only wear shoes made by other makers versus traditional name brands from a corporate store? Yes. Not intentionally so, maybe, but more so just because I'm next door to so many amazing makers, and I don't know, I like to pass it forward. So if I'm at a time where my business is well, I like to then give back. And also I just really like the styles. I wouldn't buy it if I didn't like it. Like I think I'm pretty much own, besides I need to get some from Emily. But other than that, I think I have Bonnie UG. Yeah, so Bonnie's, if you don't know Bonnie, she was in my post yesterday. Oh, my fluffy fanny. I never actually, it's just too fuzzy. So yeah, if you don't know Bonnie,
Collaboration.
Yeah, I painted the shoes. So these are Bonnie's boots. So if you should follow her, Bonnie Andress. Also, it's kind of sad. My nails are so sad today. And she also has these ones. These are for my studio mate Lauren. I own 2 pairs of Lauren shoes. Sorry for the extreme close up. So these are some Lauren ones that I have, and then I have UG shoes. I've never worn UG shoes because they're more like art and they're really heavy. But these are, yeah.
But you decided on the design.
Yeah, so this is inspired by my football team in the UK.
Oh.
So, yeah. Black, red, and yellow. So yeah, I like to support the makers, but I genuinely do love the comfort of the shoe. And it's just like, where else can you actually see your shoes being made, you know?
And also you can adjust it if it doesn't fit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, you know, they really help you with that.
Yeah. Oh, Vision Quest shoes just joined.
Oh, Vision Quest shoes.
Which his shoes I'm wearing. So this is Vision Quest's. I have big feet, but and there's Keiko again. She's still here. Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. I really want to. Yeah, I was wondering, like, when you joined the space, like you were saying, 1 year you were like just creating, like cranking out so many different designs.
Yeah.
And then you kind of like settled and like started your I Made That bag.
Yeah.
As well as the dog bag.
Dog bags. I always forget about the dog bags.
Which is really cute.
Yeah.
You should show that for sure.
So yeah, the dog bags, if you're not familiar, I take all the scrap leather from all my stuff and turn them into little poop bag holders. So this started as a present actually for my parents, and then I did it a few Christmases ago, and I was like, why I should add this to the line. So I made up a pattern piece, a die piece, and then made it. I'm like not conscious of my angles right now. All over the place.
Your arms are starting to hurt me.
Yeah. And then yeah.
Yeah.
But I think for me it was really hard for me to ever come up with a cohesive collection for Lorna Nixon design, just because I never really, like, I didn't have a clear vision. It was more like art pieces. Like these 2 bags don't look the same, but they both like mean something special to me. So
right.
So with I Made That Bag, it was the intention of
having like a line.
Yeah, and something that, like, knock on wood, if it ever did fail, I don't know, it's really, I went to a fashion law course right when I started the Shoe Space too, and something they said was like, don't put your name on your brand, because you see it so many times, like Kate Spade, Michael Kors, they don't necessarily own the names to their brands. So I think that deterred me from ever having a commercial line with my name. I just wouldn't want to see it, like, I don't know, be like made in really crap materials and then it's my name's attached to it. So with I Made That Bag, like, if one day it were to grow and be like, it were to move on from myself as an entity, like, I'd be okay with it. But if it's your own name, it's a bit trickier. Yeah.
Would you be coming up with new styles in the future?
Yeah, definitely. I did the newest style, which I did just before the pandemic, was the Chester bag. Talking of horses. So it's kind of based on the cage. This is one that I obviously painted, but yeah, this is one of the newer ones. And again, the larger bags that I do make, the intention is that they house the bags that you yourself make. So it's kind of, I'm really about like the designer consumer collaboration.
I like the tote bag as well. That size is really good.
Yeah, so yeah, this is, I forget the name of that one. The Westbrook, maybe? I have 2, one with a zip and one without.
Right.
And I love that banana print. I really...
Yeah, and the leaf. Yeah, you're...
Yeah, I want to put it on the machine. And someone just asked, why do you transition from commercial to your own endeavor? That's a good question without being mean. So working in the industry, I learned a lot, and I will never be angry at the things that I learned. But I felt that for bags specifically, it was a little bit broken in terms of a system. So we were constantly designing and overdeveloping. For me, it felt unnecessary at times.
And out of the overdevelopment, like at the end in the line, it's like 1/10,
yeah,
fraction of the styles stayed.
Yeah, you're trying to like basically you're showing the buyers, and then the buyers have so much power and control, and then they determine it. And it was also kind of a like you work a lot and you put a lot into it, and not that you want praise like as a job, but it's nice if you like you do a good job. There was kind of a thankless industry,
yes,
but then you were often the one that was blamed if things didn't work out. So.
Or what do you mean, like sales?
Sales didn't work, but often if the sale didn't work, it was maybe because you were pushed in a direction from another source, whether it was a buyer or the trend team. So for me, I just found it not as freeing. And I think the switch for me is I didn't realize until a friend who was also in the industry told me, she was like, you know that you can make bags, like not many people can. And I was like, no, wait, everyone in my industry, like every other designer obviously makes bags. It didn't dawn on me until afterwards that, oh wait, most of them don't make bags. Like some of my good friends are the best designers for like contemporary or whatever category, but they would never know how to physically make the bag. And something I did when I joined the shoe space, I taught a few of my peers how to make bags, and they were like, wait, is this hard? Like, and they felt such guilt for shouting at the factories. It's like, yeah, it's like there's always hands being used to make stuff. So whether it's a China made piece, which is like, there's no shame on China made. They are some of the most skilled workers out there. So I think it was just like frustrations. And I think the last job I had pushed me over the edge, if I'm being honest. And I remember calling you, and I think it was on my lunch break, and I was like, I'm quitting. Like, is this crazy? But I never had, I mean, without the community of the shoe space, I think I'd be royally effed. Like, I would not know what to do. But the shoe space was definitely like, it was like a cloud. Like, there was other people who were fighting for their dreams. And I think it was I think it was because I knew I could make, and I never realized, oh, that's like a little superpower I have that not many other people have. Right. So I went straight into like teaching, freelancing, prototyping and stuff. So that's kind of how I survived, because New York is not cheap.
Yes. That's great. Thanks so much.
No, absolutely.
Any other questions?
Let me see. Vision Quest. Designers taking the blame in the industry when the retail and wholesale model was failing. Yes, all the time. Yes. And it's so frustrating too, not to like be mean to the industry, but there's definitely going to be a change, I think. And I think I always try and compare designers to like boats in the ocean. So like if you're an independent boat, like you can navigate and you're more nimble. You don't have a team of like 20 to tell you what to do. Yeah, if you're like a big old boat and there's something ahead of you, there's like it's so many things to turn it. So when if you have the confidence, and I wouldn't ever like put down working in the industry. I think it was a very, very great education for me. And you can learn on other people's dime. Like, it's not a cheap business. You have to really freaking love what you do in this industry, because it's tough. Like, long hours.
You were in it at the right time too. Like,
yeah, no, definitely. And I had a bit of experience in everything. I did contemporary. I did fast fashion. I was at like a lot of sinking ships. It was an interesting world to be a part of. I'm very, very grateful for, and it has educated me on how to do like even the last job that pushed me over the edge. I spent a lot of time working on packaging, and I was like at the time, what the heck? They're paying me like an absurd amount to do packaging design, but now like my packaging looks amazing, you know. So I've put every lesson. You have to like, you can't be mad at a situation. You just have to apply it to something else that's happening for you. So
good. That's so great. I don't even know if this picks up my voice, but what else? So 3 to 5 years we talked about. Do you feel like, what's the next style bag that you think you want to work on?
Well,
I made that bag.
Larry, Jess, and I know you want diaper bags, so I think that might be one.
Larry too, Jess.
She said, I'd love to see a diaper bag so I can buy for all the new mums.
Ooh.
Oh, and then Stephen asked what my favorite color embossed is. So behind me is my little, it's such a mess. It's just been so busy. But yeah, my favorite foil emboss. It's not on my website yet, but I love the iridescent.
Yes.
It's super electric. And I do.
Your favorite tool? Sorry.
Yeah, favorite tool is a good one because
Or
I think
equipment?
for me, my favorite machine is definitely, that was a massive investment last year, was my my clicking machine, which cuts out all of my patterns. I can show you some of the dies. So even though I have the machine to cut stuff out, I still hand punch all the holes because the holes, the very first thing I did was get dies made that have the holes in them, but it was such a struggle for people to sew through. So then I had to punch all the holes. So machine wise, I would say this machine's my favorite machine. And then tool wise, I'd have to say the fork because I use it the most, you know. The fork is
the 4-prong.
What the fork? Yeah, it's this thing.
Yeah.
So that's what I punch, and it's like a diamond. My nails are so sad today. It's like a diamond pronged fork. So when you put the needle through, it goes through really nicely.
Yeah. All right.
So yeah.
Do you want to show the colors of the
Oh, the paint. Oh yeah, a few of you were asking about paint. This Keiko. How do I flip? I just tap.
Yeah.
So yeah, these are all the paints that you see. So whenever I do painting, they come from over here, and I have a few up there too. But yeah, this is like a full studio tour.
Yes.
And they used to be in a color order, but things get busy and then things get unorganized. It looks pretty, so.
Yes, it does.
And then yeah, to Larry shoes, Jess, it's a diamond prong. So it's a straight, and I use a 6. This one might be a bit wonky, but yeah. It's like so this is actually 6 mil distance and then diamond pronged. So it's not straight when you punch through.
It's a little diagonal.
Yeah, it's like a
kind of like a.
The only way I could do it like a diamond, right? Or like a trapezoidy, maybe,
Yeah.
or parallelogram, is that what thing?
Yeah, parallelogram.
Yeah. So when you put the round needle through it, it's already kind of like split the leather a little bit, so it's not like I don't want it to be a struggle. I want it to be easy for you to make the bag.
Cool.
Yeah. I think that's everything. Have we missed anything else?
No. But it's great because I wanted to highlight how the last time we spoke, we only kind of talked about how you were helping with the mask.
Yeah.
I was also far away, and we were just like.
I think I was the guinea pig, which is I'm totally fine with.
You were. But also, like, we didn't go over like how you got in the industry to like the history.
Yeah.
Celebrate what you do. Like,
I know.
You've grown this into like a big.
Yeah. I mean, I'm happy for the whole purpose of the brand is that you're the maker, you're the designer. So I'm like, I don't mind being a bit anonymous about it because it's meant to be a celebration of you who makes it.
But I think it's the fun, like, of meeting you and learning how to make.
Yeah, there was a life before I made that bag. I feel like I bury myself in here and I forget. I forget a word.
Store events, and you do like a lot of like stamping and like customizing events. You had like store presence at the Macy's and also at the store. What's it called? The Story. Yeah. So that was I guess retail in Chelsea. Yeah,
I know the business plan kind of has changed since. So even within this year, so with this year, to me, has a timeline of February. The first week of February was my first ever trade show, and it was the intention of doing wholesale and all that. And I spent so much time and effort, and it was at the Javits Center. And then, lo and behold, like a month later, all of these stores that were so like okay, yeah, interested, and I'm interested in the brand. Most of them are closed right now. So I did get I checked last night. My stuff is in Friends NYC, which is a store in Bushwick. But other than that, things are kind of in waiting until people know. I mean, some of these stores might not even be open after this. That's the reality of it. But out of the pandemic, there's also been such a much more increase in the making aspect of the brand. And something that I said to you was around like Christmas or like last summer, even people just wanted to have finished goods because no one had time. We lead busy lifestyles. We don't even.
Now you have time.
Yeah, so much time. So. Yeah, no, I mean, as horrible as the pandemic is, it's been a great way of like meeting people and teaching the craft, I suppose. And a few other makers have had the same, like people that have the craft brands have had the same experience too.
Great. Do you also do online like FaceTime call?
I still I offer
maker?
it out there, but I'm not. But there have been a few orders where people do the Zoom parties. So last weekend was a sorority, and I don't know how many people ordered. There was a fair amount of people ordered the pink and green colors. And then I think this weekend, I think Renee actually, who was on for a little while, she's having a Zoom party too.
Oh,
so
wow. Fun.
yeah, it's fun.
All like make together.
Yeah, so they're all on the video chat. So, yeah, it's really
so
fun.
great.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm happy to join.
Yeah.
But I haven't been invited, so I don't.
Invite her.
I know. I'm here. But yeah.
Yeah, no, thank you so much for sharing.
Of course,
That's amazing
of course.
stories. Yeah, let's keep on making.
I know.
And
wherever it will be.
Yeah, I know.
I'll put that paper back on.
Yeah, Shoe Space is gonna close the physical location, but Lorna and Lauren are gonna be strong here, staying strong here. Yeah. It'll be great for you guys to just keep on making.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
And maybe one day we'll be all in a big building together.
Oh, yeah.
That's the dream, maybe. I don't know.
Right? Yeah, I'm looking.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
All right. Bye. And now.